YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back in NFL Week 9 with my locks of the week. Taking a look at my straight up lock, couple spread locks, over-under lock, and upsets of the week like we do every single week. Also have straight up picks with the other members of the Goat House on the channel, and my score predictions for the week are on the channel. If you want junior score predictions, get to see some extra score predictions there. You can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/thegoathouse. If you sign up for that tier, you also get updated playoff predictions, updated NFL mock drafts with the correct order every single week. So check that out. Link in the description for more info. Trying to reach 40K by 2020. Please help us out by subscribing. Full NFL content all year long, not just in the season. Click that like button. Check us out on Twitter at GoatHouseNFL. Link in the description for that as well. But my locks of the week here for Week 9. Don't have a whole bunch of them, but I really like the ones that I have here. We'll start with my straight-up lock. I actually went with the Browns over the Broncos. It is in Denver. Browns have been struggling a little bit this year, obviously, but the Browns have to win this game. I mean, they have to go in there and win this game. Brandon Allen starting at quarterback for the Broncos. And I like the Broncos defense, but I think the Browns would be able to move the ball on offense, especially with, I think the Broncos defense will be constantly out there, so that kind of affects the defense a little bit, the quarterback change. So I know Flacco has been playing the best ball, but he is definitely better than Brandon Allen, so it's definitely going to be different, especially his first week in there with a rough offensive line and guys like Myles Garrett coming after him. So I do like the Browns. I mean, the season's over if they lose this game. It really is. That's crazy to say, but you would have to think the season is over if they lose this game. A team that was playoff hopeful. See if they can turn it around. And then we're going to see them pop up again here. I like them as my spread lock. I got two spread locks that I really like this week. -3. I've seen it bounce around between 3, 3.5. Obviously, I like 3 a lot better, but I would still take it at 3.5. I think they win by easily double digits, well in the double digits. There's really no reason why they shouldn't. Even if Flacco's playing, the Broncos aren't going to go in there and score a whole bunch of points on them. But you got Brandon Allen, not an experienced quarterback at all. Rough offensive line. I just don't see them scoring really over. I'd say around 13 is the max, really. And the Browns, I still like their offense. The blocking hasn't been too good, which results in Baker not being too good. I still believe in Baker. I still believe in the receiver unit, Nick Chubb. I think this is a good offense, and I think, since they're playing Brandon Allen, like I explained, I think the Broncos defense will constantly be out there. I think that can get some offense going even more for the Browns. So -3 should easily cover that. I really don't see how they wouldn't. Another spread lock that I really like. I mean, there's quite a few that I like this week. These ones I love. So that's the difference between the locks and some of the other ones. I like the Colts a lot. -1 at Pittsburgh, another away team. But the Colts are just plain simple, a much better team. The Colts have been a little scary sometimes in these types of games. We've seen it against the Broncos. But what is the factor, the biggest factor for the Steelers when they play very well? It's their front seven. Their front seven is very good. But what the Colts make sure they do is not allow front sevens to be a big-time factor, especially, with their game plan, but mainly their offensive line that may be the best offensive line in football. I just don't see the Steelers creating turnovers and being a factor with their front seven. They're not going to let the Colts go score a whole bunch of points. So, I mean, their defense will be solid, the Steelers, that is. But I think the Colts will do enough on offense, and I like their defense here against the Steelers' offense. I don't expect Mason Rudolph to do anything crazy. He's been solid, but I don't expect him to do a whole bunch. They're beat up at running back, even if we expect James Conner to play. Don't think he goes off like he did in the Dolphins game. Dolphins to the Colts. Little different. The Colts are a damn good team, well-coached team. They should win this game very easily. So -1 to me is very low of a spread, so I like that one a lot. To my over-under, I feel like I picked the under on Titans games a lot this year, and I've been pretty darn accurate on them. A defensive team. The Panthers, I think, are a defensive team. Offense, the Panthers can score some points on offense, but look who they're facing. I think the Titans could have one of the best defenses in football. I think the Titans defense is better than the Panthers defense, but the Panthers bring that pressure. They bring that quarterback pressure, and that is the Titans' weakness on offense. So I just don't see either team scoring a whole bunch of points unless it's on defense. But Tannehill, not a guy that maybe he'll throw a pick. He's not going to throw a bunch of picks or fumble. Same with Kyle Allen. I don't expect something like last week. He could throw a pick. But these two defenses, I think the Panthers could actually cause that extra turnover on the pass rush in terms of a strip sack. But these two defenses, mainly look at the Titans, who I think are one of the better defenses in football. They're not going to get a whole bunch of turnovers on you. They did against Jameis Winston. That is Jameis Winston. They're more of a lockdown defense. So I just don't expect this game to get to 42 points. Shouldn't really even get close to that. I did my score predictions. You can check my score prediction to total it up. That video is up like every week, and then Junior does his score predictions on the Patreon, so you kind of compare to see if you feel a little more comfortable putting money on a game, whether it's an over-under or a spread pick. That's what's good about those score predictions. But I like the under on this game. I'm pretty accurate with the taking the under on Titans games this year. And then upset of the week. We have a first here for the Locks of the Week video. I don't have any, and that's the first time. I feel a little weird not having one, but if you look at the lines, I don't have an underdog. I'm saying the underdog that is most likely to win, but obviously I didn't pick them to win, is the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a London game. They played each other very close last time. Now there's no J.J. Watt for the Texans. The Jaguars definitely can win that game. That was the toughest game to pick. I did not pick any underdogs. But that is the one. I picked the Raiders, and I thought the Raiders would be an underdog, and they were not. They're favored by 2 points. So, the way take away the line, look at the two teams. Maybe that's my upset of the week. The Lions could be the underdog most likely to win that I did not pick. So Jags and Lions, you could take a look at those teams. The Vikings-Chiefs spread, I've seen the Vikings at -1, then I see the spread kind of go away. That really no one knows if Mahomes is playing or not. We don't really know on the offensive line. Chris Jones and Frank Clark, what they're playing. The Chiefs keeping everything a secret there. I guess we kind of have an idea, but so I picked the Vikings to win that game no matter who plays, but should be a good game. So the Vikings end up being underdog. I guess that would be my upset of the week. In terms of spread games that I didn't put up here that I do like, I don't love. I like the Packers against the Chargers. Chargers just fired their offense coordinator. Some teams, it's like a fire is lit underneath the players, and then they get going. That seems to be a thing. So that one scares me a little bit. The other thing that scares me here is both tackles on the Packers. They're a little beat up, and that could cause some pressure. But the Packers should win that game. But then it's appealing. I like it -3.5. I just don't love it. And the same with the Eagles and the Bears. The Eagles are -5, I believe it is. I like that one. Don't love it because the Eagles have been super inconsistent. Which Eagles team is going to show up? And I still think the Bears will have a couple weeks this year where their offense looks like maybe it's getting going, but I don't know if it will be. I don't think it will ever be consistent, but I think this could be a week where that happens. But I did pick the Eagles to win. So there are some other games I like. I don't think the Bucks +6.5 is pretty solid too. I don't think if that goes to 7, I would put it under Love. But right now I like it +6.5, but a little scary not being 7 because I could lose by 7 points there. But some injuries on the Seahawks could make that one close. But that's going to do it for my Locks of the Week. We're back every single week with this video. Also have straight up picks, score predictions, power rankings, recaps, plenty more, and a lot more on the Patreon, so go check that out. Please subscribe. That would help us out a bunch. We really appreciate you. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Goodbye.